Welcome to the Daily Fortune, where we talk about the latest topics about finance and investment. But before that, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when we upload a new video. Now let's get started. Tesla's secret plan to disrupt airlines. One of the basic necessities nowadays is transportation. Our ancestors used to walk on foot to travel. But right now, it just seems kinda tiring. Now, the need for cars is just rising, and talk about how expensive the rest we always think we deserve is after working day in and out. To state the obvious, sometimes the thing that makes a vacation so expensive are the tickets to flying from one place to another. And if you love to travel, I bet you either come from a wealthy family, work overtime most times, or you just love saving. Or maybe you're well off from the beginning, you work overtime most times, and you also love to save. If that's the case, flying to places wouldn't be such a problem. I mean, if you're given a chance to fly all over the world without paying anything, I don't think we'll still be seeing each other. I'm sure you'll just be having 3 different meals in 3 different parts of the world. Who wouldn't want a life where flying was readily available, right? Sadly, with the current situation that we're all in, this seems to be one of those dreams we're probably never getting close to. Talk about the fuel and maintenance planes have to go through to carry us from one ground to another. However, what if I tell you there was a group of people who were close to making this possible? Let me tell you about the Concorde, which operated back in 1976 until 2003. People had high hopes that this would be part of the future, however it failed in 2003. This Franco-British turbojet-powered supersonic airliner was the symbol of speed and luxury back in the day. It had a maximum speed over twice the speed of sound. The aircraft was used mainly by wealthy passengers who could afford to pay a high price for the aircraft's speed and luxury service. In 1997, the round-trip ticket price from New York to London was $7,995, equivalent to $12,000 in 2020, more than 30 times the cost of the least expensive flight scheduled for this route. The passengers found it was worth it, as the 7 hours that would take a normal plane to fly passengers from New York to London would only take 3.5 hours by Concorde. Unfortunately, Concorde aircraft stopped operating in 2003, 3 years after the crash of Air France Flight 4590, in which all passengers and crew members on board were killed, the only fatal incident involving Concorde. It had a tragic end, but it does seem interesting if there was to be another invention like this which we could use in the future. Much to the traveler's dreams, Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla Motors, hinted at an electric airplane that he envisioned flying where batteries are dense enough to allow for vertical takeoff and landing at supersonic speeds and high altitudes. Musk would repeatedly mention, "I have a design in mind for electric supersonic vertical technology." If you're a Musk fan, you would know that he is obsessed with getting everything electrified. And to add to that, he even said, "One day, all transportation will be electric, except for rockets." We've seen how Tesla changed the course of the automotive industry when they started sticking to the production of EVs or electric vehicles. And if there's just no problem switching to electric planes too, Tesla could have probably made the first step in building one. In Elon's tweet dated October 25, 2020, he shared how badly he wanted to have a new supersonic jet, adding how this time it should be electric. It's crazy how his mind works, but this will be one of the best inventions ever if made possible. Moreover, during the 2021 shareholder meeting held at the company's Gigafactory Texas facility in Austin, fans were already convinced that this is likely to happen in the future. Musk added, "We have a lot on our plate here, but electric planes, yes, I've been dying to do that for a decade, honestly. But we have quite a few fish to fry here, so maybe one day the electric plane, battery energy density will improve every year. So that's an important metric to get the cell energy density to around 450-500 watt-hours per kilogram and have a pack efficiency of around 400 watt-hours per kilogram. That's when electric planes start to get interesting," he added. Up to this day, the jet is still remaining to be an idea or a plan ever since Musk first hinted this back in 2009. Articles also spread like wildfire when he released a statement of how he is already planning a design for the vertical takeoff and landing airplane, or to simplify, VTOL. Going back to the Concorde Supersonic, aside from the incident that I've mentioned earlier, which caused the plane to fail, there were also issues and problems that might have been the reason why it did not succeed. First, fuel was costly, resulting in very expensive flights for people who wanted to board the same. Musk has a better response or solution to this that resonates with the idea of him wanting an electric supersonic jet. It's not impossible that they would stick with electric fuel jets. This means that it could actually be cheaper for the passengers as electricity is cheaper than fuel. Second, the plane was noisy, causing disturbance to the people in the ground when it took off or even just flying. I don't think you'll feel secure when a plane flies over you with so much noise. I mean, not to exaggerate, but with the noise that you can hear from this jet, your mind can think of it as a war or that it's about to crash anytime. Lastly, gas damages the ozone layer. This is by far the most important key to consider in producing a whole new supersonic jet. Due to the ozone's depletion, we have less protection from the sun and more exposure to the UVB radiation. This in turn can cause melanoma skin cancer. However, news reveals that the ozone layer is starting to heal now that the pandemic has started, also giving most cars and planes time to rest when everyone is mostly at home as it's still not safe to go out. As it is decided that it's going to be supersonic, the speed of the plane is material in this matter. The higher airplanes climb, the thinner the air gets, and the more efficiently they can fly because of less resistance in the atmosphere, according to Ryan Jorgensen, an aviation data analyst. And when it comes to gas-powered planes, the higher the plane goes, the less efficient it becomes. While with electric planes, the higher it goes, the more efficient the plane actually becomes. And because of this, you can really say that they could really make a future of electric supersonics being a thing. As what Musk tried to explain in one of his interviews, he visualized how important height is in terms of the speed of flight and how the higher the plane goes, the lesser resistance of the air. And so you have to get the right amount of air in order to operate efficiently. Tesla didn't stick to electric vehicles and to create an entire sustainable energy ecosystem. Tesla also manufactures a unique set of energy solutions: Powerwall, Powerpack, and solar roof, enabling homeowners, businesses, and utilities to manage renewable energy generation, storage, and consumption. They have also announced how they are working on Cybertrucks. Obviously, Musk wasn't lying when he said a lot is still going on in Tesla right now. This is probably the reason why his dream of creating the VTOL would be put aside for now. With the announcement of Musk being so excited for the reality of supersonics, we at least have an assurance that this is going to happen. He's the great Elon Musk after all. Give him an assignment and he'll work on it. Ask him to produce something and he'll make sure it's on the next level. That mind just couldn't sit still. I guess what we can do now is just sit tight, save enough for the vacation we can have, and hope that someday we can finally fly to any country in a supersonic plane. The future is exciting, most especially with the rise of technology. I mean, I'm looking forward to the time when all of Musk's ideas and plans would turn into reality. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something from today's video, and to get updated with the next videos, don't forget to hit the notification bell. See you next time.